Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. Guys, honestly, so we're here early. It's normally 8 p.m., but we're here a little after 6 o'clock. So, breaking news, you must have heard by now that Vybez Kartel and his co-accused are free. They are free to walk out of the correctional facility where they have been housed for all these years. So, guys, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you exactly why the appeal court decided to make that decision. And I'm going to let you hear the verdict as it was read. So, make we see who they hear. Um, let's see. Is the moderator here? Claudian, oh wicked, good night, welcome. This don't look good for Jamaica. It's the corrupt juror. Lord Jesus. We're going to talk about all night. What do you feel about good 2 hour? But make sure I eat my dinner and comfortably, because this is so, I don't know. It give me one kind of, it give me one vibe when I just can't really explain. Just the whole thing. You understand? Big up yourself, Rhythm Palace. Good evening and welcome. Okay, moderator, welcome. I see you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, guys, so first and foremost, want to know say over the platform here, we are not Team Cartel and we are not Team Lizard, right? So what we say here about this case is basically just truth and fair analysis, okay? So it's not coming from a place of free cartel or lack of cartel. What we talk about over here is how the process and how the justice system of Jamaica works, and that is the angle that we talk about this case from. So, me go show no the pandemonium. Me can't believe, guys, this evening me see one limousine from one funeral home me love pull up. Lord Jesus, Jamaica people. Limousine from funeral home. Guys, when you come on, just hit the like button for me, please. And make sure so now share the content here. Because I don't know if nobody else will come explain and give you the quality content like over here. Janelle, long time I no see you. How are you? I hope all is well. But guys, let me tell you something. This case here, there is nothing that can give you back 13 years of your life. So this good all I want bittersweet. I don't know. I know nothing can give you back 13 years of your life. But this case, it showed a lot. It showed a lot. Trust me. And we're gonna talk about all right. So I think I wanted to I may call in Jamaica 411 because I was talking to her a little earlier and she had some interesting point of view. But Lord have mercy. So the man them free. Vybez Kartel, Sean Storm, and the other guy, I don't remember his name. Guys, remember, so over here on this platform, we made a prediction that they're gonna have to free Cartel. And the reason why we made that prediction, there's a thing we call double jeopardy, right? And retrial, there are a lot of components to a retrial as with double jeopardy. So the thing with this now, why we say over here, so them going have to free Cartel is because you see when you have a trial that took place, you see if you go retry the case, you cannot subtract anything and you can't add anything. Meaning say you have to have the witnesses them come back, you have to have the things still intact, the evidence and everything have to still intact. And if you don't have that, then the person is not going to get a fair trial a second time around. And that's why at the very beginning, when the Privy Council came down with their ruling, from the very beginning, we want to hear the court say, if we do not have the witnesses to come back, I write this at the start. If we do not have the witnesses to come back, then, we won't waste the court's time on a retrial. That's basically what they said. Now, when you're adding cost and everything else will come with it, guys, I'm going to make you hear what the appeal court said today. I see the appeal court too. I don't know how them feel now, Them supposed to feel one way, because the appeal court had a chance to deal with this matter. This did not need to go to the Privy Council. I don't know how many of you guys would agree with that. But the appeal court didn't do what they needed to do. And so the big cost to Jamaica to go to the Privy Council. We're not talking about the cost to Kartel, because Kartel are trying to defend him freedom. I'm going to pay whatever it costs as long as he can afford it. But the cost to the country to go to the Privy Council with this case, I think the appeal court, look good. Let me just say that. I don't want to undermine them too much, but it does not look good. These are some t-shirts that people did have out of the court. Let me show you some of my video them are going out there. Some of the videos outside of the jailhouse and the courthouse. See it here, guys. Have a look.
Step back. The people that are hungry. These are people that are hungry.
Evidence that you cannot do anything without God. That's where I start. I'm going to use the word happy for the appellants. I'm going to let the Jamaican people know that although there's fixing for the justice system, the Constitution works. It has always been our belief. And I want to thank the team, Mr. Clark, Mr. Labiche, Mr. Chevalier, and myself for the hard work that we put into it. It was a long fight, many years. Many things came from it, but
yeah, guys, so that was the atmosphere outside of the courthouse. So based on what I see, Kartel fan base, I don't know if they migrate or people just grow up or whatever, but the fan base is not, to me, in my view, when you look at the people out there, the fan base is not as big as it used to be. I am sure that if Kartel is supposed to keep a show, it would be sold out. I am sure that people would still want to, hear what he has to say on the music front. But where fans are concerned, I think his fan base, it's kind of dwindling, or it has dwindled. It's been 13 years. Vybez Kartel is 48 years old, and he has fallen very ill while he was incarcerated. So I am going to play the recording of the proceeding today in the appeal court, and as the verdict was handed down, they explained why they made the decision unanimously. I'm gonna make you guys hear that. Um, let me see. Miss Sonia, big up yourself. Oh, really? Is there a feedback, guys? Wanna hearing me? Come, I see some people now there. No feedback. Janelle says no feedback. Okay. No feedback. So I don't mind then. All right, I want to hearing me. We're hearing you clearly. All right, so the people them want say feedback and them not here, check on the device. Because the people are saying that I'm good on my end. So Merados, I'm gonna be here listening in with you guys. But Mera me gonna hearing you, but you are echoing on my end. I think I hear a device, my friend. Check your device, because the people must say them are ear good. I mean, I want no echoing a go on while me I play the thing for the ear. But I want to know if you hear the verdict and what was read today. The president of the appeal court is Justice Bishop. It was announced earlier. I think earlier this month it was announced, yes, that Justice Marva McDonald Bishop would become the first female appeal court president, and she is. So I take it that she's the one who took the lead in this matter. Guys, you see the case? We must understand that I know that Paula Llewellyn took a lot of flack for this case, and I don't know why. Paula is the prosecutor, the lead and head prosecutor in Jamaica. Her job is to prosecute crimes, right? So she did her job. The mistake that was made in the case that caused Vybez Kartel to be free now is a result of the judge. You have to blame it on the judge, because once it was revealed that the jury had been contaminated, the judge had a duty to stop this case. He did not do so. So Paula did her job, just like how cartel lawyer them were doing their jobs. So Paula has no blame to take in what has happened. So let us go ahead and hear the verdict read by the Court of Appeal today. Let us see. No, sir. Well, on the my phone decides it want to freeze up on me, you know. All right, Cynthia, sorry about that. Give me a second, guys. I want this. Destruction. It'll come, guys. Let's see. All right, so see it here now. Lord Jesus. Why my phone? Why my phone? Why my phone decide to misbehave now? Why no? No, sir. Make I restart it, guys. I'm gonna restart my phone. I restart the phone. In the meantime, I see one I say I comment here, so. Lord have mercy. Guys, wanna hit the like button for me, please? Paula was asked if she wanted to continue by the judge. As the DPP, she should know that it wouldn't hold up if it went to Privy Council, and she stated the case was long and drawn out. She forget blame. I don't believe that. No matter what Paula say, the judge is the boss in the room. The judge not supposed to ask Paula no question. From the judge get wind that the jury pool was contaminated, the judge doesn't need to ask nobody no question more than him stop the case. You understand? It no matter what Paula say, I swear. None of that don't matter. But I think people just want to blame, not people. Cartel fans them. They want to blame Paula because she prosecuted Cartel. You cannot blame Paula for that. She is doing her job. She is the lead prosecutor in the country. Just like all other prosecutors. That is their job. You can't cost them for do them job. So, I don't know what you don't want to blame her for. You hear what the Privy Council talk it, in a for them verdict, Them said that when the case was contaminated, the judge had a duty. They specifically said that. So let us not forget.
And we have a disclaimer.
All right, Cynthia.
And we have a judgment in writing, which is still subject to editing in any event because we were trying to make the deadline. What we have done is to extract a summary of our reasons for the decision with the promise to release the full judgment as soon as possible. So what the court has today is a summary, which is in writing and will be released. And we have a disclaimer. This summary is provided for the sole purpose of assisting members of the public with understanding the Court of Appeal's decision in this matter. It does not form part of the reasons for the court's decision and should not be used as a substitute for the judgment of the court, which is the only authoritative record of the court's reasons. The full judgment of the court will be made available to counsel and through the court's website at www.courtofappeal.gov.j. On 13th March 2024, the appellants, Sean Campbell, also known as Sean Storm, Adija Palmer, also known as Vybez Kartel, and Kahira Jones and Andre St. John, also known as Madsus, were convicted of the murder of Clive Williams, also known as Lizard. The appellants appealed their convictions to the Court of Appeal and then to His Majesty in Council. On 14th March 2024, 10 years and 1 day after they were convicted in the Supreme Court, the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council recommended that the appellant's convictions be quashed. The Privy Council remitted to this court for determination the question of whether the appellants should be ordered to stand a new trial. Over 6 days, the court, comprising Judges of Appeal MacDonald Bishop, P. Williams, and D. Fraser, heard arguments by counsel for the appellants on the Crown on that question. The court has considered counsel's written and oral arguments, as well as the authorities and evidence filed by both sides, and has arrived at a unanimous decision. For a fulsome appreciation of the question remitted to this court for determination, and the court's resolution of the issues and sub-issues raised by the parties relative to that question, an abbreviated summary of the background is provided. The allegations in the court below were that the deceased and Lamar Chow, the prosecution's sole eyewitness, had been given 2 unlicensed firearms belonging to Palmer for safekeeping. The appellant Palmer gave Lamar Chow and the deceased a deadline of 8:00 p.m. on 14th August 2011 to return them, with which they failed to comply. As a consequence, Lamar Chow and the deceased were summoned by the appellant Campbell to the appellant Palmer's house at Swallowfield Avenue, Havendale, which we call the Swallowfield premises. They went there by taxi on 16th August 2011, accompanied by Campbell, and on arrival were met by the appellants Palmer, Jones, and St. John. The appellant Palmer asked what plans Lamar Chow and the deceased had for replacing the firearms, to which the deceased replied that he would replace them. They were then both attacked, after which Chow saw the deceased lying motionless on the ground, with the appellant Jones bending over him. Lamar Chow escaped, but the deceased was never seen again, and calls to his mobile phone went unanswered. A team of police officers went to the Swallowfield premises to investigate the alleged homicide. They noticed that the house smelled of disinfectant. When the police returned to the premises on a subsequent visit, they found that the entire interior of the house had been destroyed by a fire. On a further police visit, it was discovered that the rear of the house had been demolished. The police dug at the premises, but did not find anything of significance to their investigations. The appellants were taken into custody on 30th September 2011 and subsequently charged for the deceased's murder. They have been detained ever since. The appellants were tried in the Home Circuit Court before Justice Campbell, the trial judge, sitting with a jury. The trial lasted 64 days. During the course of the trial, there were 3 incidents involving the jurors. The first and second incidents are not relevant to these proceedings and will therefore not be discussed. It suffices to state that after the second incident, the jury panel was reduced to 11 members. The third jury incident came to light on 13 March 2014, the last day of the trial judge's summing up of the case to the jury. Following the report of possible jury misconduct, the trial judge convened a hearing in chambers and informed counsel on both sides that he had been made aware that a juror, who we call Juror X, attempted to bribe another member of the jury with an offer of $500,000 to decide the case in a particular way. The trial judge and counsel on both sides questioned the forewoman of the jury in chambers. The forewoman informed them that Juror X had spoken to all the jurors and encouraged them to free the appellants without regard to the evidence. There was no evidence to connect any of the appellants with the activities of Juror X. Faced with the possibility of having to abort the trial judge heard submissions from the Director of Public Prosecutions, the DPP, and Defense Counsel. Despite Defense Counsel's resistance, the trial judge decided to continue with the summing up and handed the case over to the jury that evening. The jury deliberated for over 3 hours and by a majority of 10-1, convicted the appellants of the deceased's murder on the same day. The appellants were each sentenced by the trial judge to imprisonment for life at hard labor, with the stipulation that the appellants Campbell and Jones should serve a minimum of 25 years in prison before becoming eligible for parole, and the appellants Palmer and St. John should serve a minimum of 35 and 30 years, respectively. The appellants were unsuccessful in their appeal to this court and appealed to the Privy Council. The Privy Council allowed the appellants' appeal and quashed their convictions on the basis that the trial judge's treatment of the third incident of jury misconduct was a material irregularity in the course of the trial, giving rise to a miscarriage of justice. In the Privy Council's view, the trial judge should have done more to investigate the third incident of jury misconduct and not rely solely on the forewoman's account. Furthermore, allowing Juror X to continue to serve on the jury was fatal to the safety of the convictions and was an infringement of the appellant's fundamental right to a fair hearing by an independent and impartial court under Section 16 of the Constitution of Jamaica.
Guys, me just stop this real quick for ask a question. What she just said, why is it that the appeal court in Jamaica did not see all of this and make the decision instead of force them and force the country to go Privy Council? Me not understand them people here.
Lastly, the fact that the prosecution was prepared to waive the irregularities in the trial did not absolve the trial judge of his responsibility to ensure a fair trial. In all the circumstances, the trial judge ought to have discharged the jury and ended the trial in order to protect the integrity of the system of trial by jury. Against this background, the court has to determine whether the interests of justice require that the appellants be ordered to face a new trial or whether judgments and verdicts of acquittal should be entered. The court starts with the Constitution, which provides that upon conviction, a person should not be tried for a second time unless a court of superior jurisdiction, which is the appellate court, orders that there be a retrial. The Constitution did not set out the circumstances in which the court should order a retrial. It is to case law that the court looks to determine what are the principles applicable to the question of whether there should be a retrial. The court looked at all the applicable legal principles governing the question of a new trial, which was set out most authoritatively by the Privy Council in the case of Reed against the Queen. We will not state the citation at this time, but that is in writing. The court also looks at other principles emanating from subsequent cases since Reed, and we have an amalgamated list of those factors. There are 12 factors that the court has considered. The seriousness and prevalence of the offense, That's one. Two, the strength of the prosecution's case. Three, the availability of the prosecution's witnesses and exhibits. Four, the availability of the defense witnesses. Five, delay and whether a retrial can be facilitated within a reasonable time. Six, the time, financial costs, expense, and impact on the court's resources of a new trial if one is ordered. Seven, the ordeal to be faced by the appellants if a new trial is ordered. Eight, the impact of prejudicial publicity on the fairness of a new trial, the fairness of a new trial, if ordered. Nine, whether the new trial would give the prosecution an unfair advantage. 10, changes in the Jury Act. 11, potential legislative changes in the sentence for murder. 12, the possibility of prejudice arising from the mandatory minimum sentence and minimum term before eligibility for parole. We have considered all the factors governing the court's determination of whether a new trial should be ordered and have given due regard to all the material, submissions, and evidence presented by the appellants and the Crown. We commence by stating that the egregious nature and seriousness of the offense in this case is beyond argument. So too is the prevalence of the offense of murder in Jamaica. We make bold to say that the features of this case bear every hallmark of a deliberate attack on and barefaced defiance of law and order, involving allegations of transactions relating to illegal firearms, a killing in respect of which the body of the deceased has not been recovered, or should we say an alleged killing in which the body of the deceased has not been recovered, and interference with a crime scene while it was under the control of the police. The court is therefore satisfied that the nature, seriousness, and prevalence of the alleged offense in this case are powerful factors that weigh in favor of a retrial. The court, however, finds that there are several equally powerful factors which, when combined, militate against ordering a new trial. In summary, these factors are the insufficient and inadequate account by the prosecution for the availability of its witnesses and trial exhibits.
Wanna hear that, guys? What she just said now? The inefficiency and the unavailable witnesses and exhibits. So where the exhibit them gone? And where the witness them there? Continue listening, it's soon done.
Witnesses and trial exhibits relied upon by the appellants, which tended to support their defense at their first trial, are now unavailable or cannot be accounted for.
That means, say, guys, this is a very serious sit we attack you say no. Because that means that we in Jamaica, in our justice system, we are not good at record keeping. You see, in America, if you want a record from 25 years ago, you can go request it and get it. Right? And in a them time here now, where everything computerized and rare. Right? So, no, sir. Me not laugh. You go and listen.
3. The appellant's trial in the Supreme Court was complex, lasting 64 days, and utilized a significant share of the court and the appellant's resources. Therefore, the time, financial costs, expense, and impact on the court's resources, as well as other cases in the queue awaiting trial, we find that this is significant and it militates against a new trial. 4. the psychological, financial, and medical effect that a new trial would likely have on the appellants who have already spent 13 years in custody, which is demonstrated by medical and other affidavit evidence. We look at the medical problems relating to the appellant Palmer, which came through medical reports that stand unchallenged by the Crown and therefore speak to declining health in the penal institution. The court looks at the lapse of time between the commission of the alleged offense and the likely time in which a new trial would take place, which would, in our estimation, be at least 15 years. We find that to be inordinate. 6, the unjustifiable interference with the appellant's constitutional rights to a fair hearing within a reasonable time under Section 16 of the Constitution of Jamaica, and the potential for that breach or interference, we should say continuing, if a new trial is ordered. We look at the potential prejudice to at least 2 of the appellants who, if convicted after a new trial, would be required to serve a longer term of imprisonment before eligibility for parole than that which was originally imposed upon them after their first trial, due to the operation of the statutory mandatory minimum for the offense of murder. The court looks at other factors which it did not see swinging the pendulum either way, and our judgment will explain it all. We find that the submissions regarding pretrial publicity did not assist the appellants. We find that pretrial publicity is such that you would have to prove that it is impossible to obtain a fair trial. And that question is one for the trial court. What the court did find coming out of the issue of pretrial publicity is, if the mechanisms have to be employed as the Crown had argued, that would add to the delay of the proceedings. As we have said, we have looked at all the other factors, but we find by now, having weighed everything in the balance, that the countervailing the weight is against a new trial. Our judgment will explain everything in depth, but as we say, this is for the decision for you to understand what the court has done. Having regard to all the considerations the court has taken into account, we conclude that the interests of justice do not require a new trial to be ordered for the appellants, and we therefore make the following order. Judgments and verdicts of acquittal are entered in relation to the appellants. We must, on the record, thank our judicial clerks, Mr.
Yeah, guys, so that's it. What do you think about that, guys? Lord of mercy. Me no know. No, sir. Hey, Jamaica. Let me see what I say in a comment here, so. Well, on there, me turn on the phone there. If you don't want to call in, the phone line open. What are something, you guys? No, sir. This a appeal court in a Jamaica. Me not lie. Me don't know if you think about them, because all of them something there where them are read out and a conclude right now. Them could have do that before the case go over England, guys. And that's the problem when me have with them people, And then now, instead of them doing that, well, first of all, their failure to do what they should have done, it really costs the accused people here. it really costs them more time, right? Because them have to sit down in a prison and wait more time. This can't right. You understand? The way how the appellate court, what their function is and what they are asked to do by the country. Me not understand how the people here make this pass them figure Supreme Court, not Supreme Privy Council. It puzzle me. God know. It really and truly puzzle me. Did she say that they would have to wait 15 years for a retrial? Of that me here? Look here. You see like how then can read out this and then can read out Paula Llewellyn case on the media. I saw me want them to read out Sylvia case, because them a black out people out in courtroom where Sylvia is concerned. And them a read out verdict in a public. Me like that because that shows transparency and them something there. But me no want them a shield out people from the courthouse for Sylvia case. Me no care where the constitution say go change that. A modern time now. You understand? Just like how the Privy Council could have put cartel case on front page and open it up to make the world hear and see what I go on. That's how we want every case of Jamaica. We are high profile case. That's how we want them come publicize. You understand? So me go see now how long them a go shield Sylvia for. How long? How long? How long shall Melissa's children cry? No, sir. 14 years. You more 14. 13 years. For here. Them something here. And the appeal court of Jamaica make it pass them. Me feel like say, boy, I don't know. Me sorry said the Privy Council never did make the final decision rather than to send it back to the appeal court of Jamaica. Because this don't make no sense. This no make no sense. You understand? And at the end of the day, lizard body no fine. Oh guys, hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I had to take that call. Yeah. Let me see. Big up moderator. Welcome back. Yes, man. Sylvia, I have to go down, man. Transparency for what? Transparency to the public. The public has an interest in these high-profile cases, whether it be Sylvia's case or cartel case. These are public figures, politicians, and them something there. Not only that, but we get a chance. We the people get a chance to see justice in motion and how justice works. That's the only chance we really get to see. You understand? Because when the common man go before the court, we don't really get to see it. You understand? And so many people are ignorant to the law that I think it's a good thing when these high profile cases are publicized, and the transparency of the judicial system. Yes, if there was more transparency throughout this case from the beginning to the end, I feel like say it would have go another way. I am highly dissatisfied looking on at this case and watching it for that. those years. I am highly dissatisfied and very worried about how a man can come and contaminate a jury in the way that this juror did. I am surprised that more investigations were not done to see how this juror came to promise the people them $500,000. Who sent him to come do that? Because it has to be somebody who has knowledge of the law and is not no average people. Me feel say as somebody in the either one of the lawyer them on the defense side, and I don't care what me talk, and nobody can come jump in on my chest. Either one of the lawyer them on the defense side do it. The prosecution not gonna do that. It is, to me, it is pointing to the defense attorneys. One of them helped set up it, and it's wrong. Because you see what happened? What the purpose of that jury doing what he did was to get freedom and appeal. Well, it came 14 years later, so I don't see how beneficial that was. And it came at a very high cost, not just to the people on trial, but to the people in the country. This case going to the Privy Council. So you have several people, and not just the appeal court or the judge for blame. The people then we make the something contaminate. Me understand say boy they want corrupt the thing for cartel. But look at the casualty. Look at the casualty. And in the process of that, somebody comment earlier and say they set it up and the judge and the prosecutor get caught in the trap. In the process of justice and in the process of trying to infringe on the process, look what happened. It's true. The judge in a Jamaica was caught flat-footed not doing the right thing. Not doing the right thing. When the judge should have stopped everything. And it's so sad that people, boy, I don't know, I never see this yet. Wanna tell me if I never see this yet? I never see this happen yet. I never see a case yet where a juror, and 9 months them give him in a jail, you know, guys. And if him justice just come down last year. And last year them sentence him almost 11 years, 12 years after him do it. Them just sentence him and find him guilty last year. And give him 9 months. You think so nobody could have sent me if you could do that? You must be mad. How could have sent me go do that? I don't know how much money them pay me, you know. But me have a feeling so then give one good piece of money if you go do that. Because I'm not going to do that for free or even for $500,000. Because I know say he might go get catch, and once him get catch, he must go face justice himself. So he must get a nice piece of money, guys. He must get one nice piece of money if you do that. Him probably get a nice piece of money and get one promise. So look here. Them all catch you, you know. Imagine the conversation between him and the people who send him. Them all catch you, you know. But no worry yourself. We are giving 5 million right now. And when them catch you, we will pay for the liar. And we will get you off. Jesus have mercy, good God. No, sir. We can't corrupt so, guys. We can't corrupt so. God no. We can't corrupt so. Them must give one good $10 million. Nobody now gonna do that for free. No care how you love the artist. No care how the artist are your idol, nobody now go put them freedom. To Jamaica people them freed of prison. Remember one time I was watching this thing on TV with it was like a forensic criminal show where they made a talk about the show up posse them. It back in the early 90s, you know? And the forensic psychiatrist was saying, look here, you see the Jamaican them, as soon as you catch them start talk everything because they're afraid of prison. She said the Jamaican them are the easiest people them to get information from. Because once you hold them and them see prisoner head of them, they must start talk for everybody and talk everything. Jamaica people them no ramp with Jamaica people no play. They not like their freedom mashed down. So let me see. You would be surprised how many are willing to. No, sir. Then you would have do that, Kevin. You would have moderator, moderator. You'd have do that. He didn't know he would be. No, sir. You're mad. Of course, him know him gonna get catch. Him know him gonna get catch. Where you think say him think say everybody upon the jury that agree with him? No, sir. No, him not agree with that. Him know him not gonna get catch. Of course. And the people them come back with the unanimous decision after that. Jamaica is a very unique place, you know. And you see, no matter how the government try, or any government that is well intended, no matter how they try to develop the country in a one positive way, you know, and try to develop the country, make the people them get used to orderly conduct, you know. No matter how the government them try, Jamaica people them resistant to them thing there, you know, because we're a set of people who are rogue. You know me I say, which part else in the world? Which part else in the world this could have happened? Where man go corrupt the no sir. Moderator, good evening. What happened?
Good evening to the people in the chat. Yeah man, as the man said, you never know him without that kid, so he wouldn't do that. You just have to all Jamaican like give them freedom. You think you never know say them all get catch and did. You never know him without that catch. Firstly, he never approach all the jurors. He approach the jury foreman or forewoman. Right?
Yeah.
You think if he did get to share and convince her, it would have been a done deal.
Yes, sir,
You
if.
never know say she would have got squealed.
Yes, sir, if. But
Yeah.
when you do them something, they have to think about the possibilities of getting caught.
Maybe you never think about the possibilities and just think about the money. So him approach the foreman and think that him could have get in a fair head and get help convince the rest of the jury. Never approach the rest of the jurors. And the foreman him approach. Yeah?
And promise the woman
that's
money.
a question. Almost one of the defense attorney. Where get him to bribe the juror. Remember, say it come out in the case, you know. So the attorney named Rogers, you know, Pierre Rogers, you know.
Oh, me never see that. Me never see that. Oh,
Pierre
yes.
Rogers
Oh.
did actually meet in a public with the same juror Kane, and in his defense, he claimed to say when he realized who Kane was, he quickly walk away from him. Not because it did come out.
Okay. So
him and the man meet in a public.
Where's the lion name? Pierre Rogers?
Pierre Rogers.
When come from? Jamaica?
Yeah, man. Then him was one of the official defense.
I saw people with
Miguel Lan and Tavares, them man. Go check it, man. Pierre Rogers did actually meet in a public with one of the jury, the same King. And when it come out, him say he never knows the man. And when he realized who he was, he walk in front of him.
Jesus.
Because it came out. Go check it.
Me have to go check it. You know, so today somebody said to me, say, you know, say Tavares and the juror. Me say, yes.
Yeah, man, them cook up that, man. Them cook it up, but it was Pierre just didn't meet up and claim to say he never know who the man was and when he realized who him is, he walk away from him and blah blah blah.
No,
It
sir.
come out.
We not buy that. We never hear that. But now that you tell me.
From them thing where it happened,
Yeah.
and the judge shouldn't go ahead with no case when they find out about the tampering.
So
because it did come out, so Pierre just and the man meet in public and him claims he walk away from the man when he realized who the man was. A long time they might try to tamper the case.
That's from the beginning, you know. No, sir. So
See
look
that?
here. Wanna call Paula name for wanna figure Paula break, you know. I did me not
No man, you may say. Me not bash Paula, you know. Me personally not bashing her, you know, because guess what now? As I say, the judge should have been the one who knew better. And even the Privy Council them said that the judge should have ensured say in retry they can dismiss the jury and retry the case.
Yes.
See? But the defense lawyers also played a part in it because them agree with the defense and the judge. Say, alright, we don't reach so far, they make a continue. But them know them they can use it back as a technicality.
Yes, Father. I wonder if they would have made this happen to them again in a Jamaica.
No, member say no. When the Privy Council make them ruling, say the judge should have did this and that, you know. Here comes the very learned PJ Patterson and you small him and make back reference to a case in the 80s where the two of them did a part of. Where a similar instant, not the exact same thing, but a similar instant did occur and then did have to order a retrial.
Yeah.
Yeah? So they are learned people who know about these things. As I said, the average man wouldn't know if you do that. You know?
No, sir, the average man don't
know.
know.
Know the law.
No.
People who know the law do that.
And money.
Know if you do that.
So you nothing so them pay off the juror one piece of money. A good piece of money.
Yes, and a whole heap of people that pay off. Even when the tampering at the phone thing with the policeman in the station, they take up a phone with inner evidence and use it. That was deliberate.
Oh, Jesus.
A whole heap of things that happened in that case a long time.
Boy, I don't know. Jamaica people them.
It didn't get thrown out long time, but because the DPP did so, Stern and other man to press the case.
Yeah.
Yeah? It go down, but the judge should have did order retrial from the tampering. But Mr. Akin, he never anticipates it him did go get catch. He thinks him could have convinced. And alright, we just remember another thing to what did also come out of the case. You remember, say, a juror did ask to be dismissed from the case as the church so did I send to her?
Yeah, man, I remember that.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because her son did in a lock up and the man them were now free men say the woman's son in a lock up and them did approach him and make threats and man they would call him mother and she did start fear for her life and her son's life and she asked to be dismissed from the case. All that did happen in the case.
Jesus, Father, I say everything did move so fast. Everything did move so fast.
Whole heap of things happening in that one case.
I don't understand them people here. The you see, that's what I'm saying now. Paula, them and the prosecutor, them, you know, in a Jamaica. I don't want easy work them have, you know. Because if you can't have...
Me hear Bert Samuels in our interview since evening, and me hear him say, yeah? Them ask him, say, what about, Kartel fans and him family, them happy, but what about the victim's family? And you hear him say, if they prosecute the DPP and the judge never try railroad justice, they would have had a retrial from the first time when the juror tampered it and justice would have been served. So him basically I say at them try railroad justice when them continue the case.
You're there. No, sir.
Yeah, that's what Bert Samuels said in an interview on NNN since even.
So they never have nothing to say about the jury tampering.
he never got there, so them they talk about the whole freedom and, what it means to them as the defendants and defending lawyers and the clients, and then they talk about the fans and family. So the question was asked. They must say to him, say, boy, we understand. So the family, Kartel and them family and them fans, are happy, but we also have a family, we're still
broken hearted,
broken hearted. Them still not get a body if it have closure.
No,
What about them? And the man, that's how the man go down. The man say, if the DPP and the judge never try railroad justice, they would have had a retrial from the campaign and the jury and this and that and there. So basically, I blame the judge and the DPP. Yeah, man, but a whole heap of theatrics that are going in the whole case from the start.
13 years. So what you think about me don't know, me feel like say I want bittersweet. Nothing Kartel can.
Yeah, I mean it is bittersweet because as I said, personally, everybody deserves a chance, second chance in a life. If he did do it, yes, I never did not. Himself 13 years out of life, in a real health, as what them say no. Yeah. Me personally just hoping learn and grow from this and not come back and get himself entangled in the whole heap of madness.
So you think Sam gonna approach the music now, cause him never really left the arena when it comes on to.
No, it's still a record and still a thing, but like I said, I'm gonna hope him just not go down the road and just
No, if you not learn from this, you can't learn again. But what may I say still, when it comes on to continue, because Kartel is not an architect or a scientist. He is an artist. So he might go come out now and try to continue his career as an artist. How do you think? Yeah, how do you think the Jamaican people will receive him, and how do you think the system, the police, the government, or you think the people who have to give permit for the shows, or them the people that are going to deal with him now?
Alright, the music and all mother approach it, and if you remember, him have I consider a cult like following the music. Him have him fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah? And with this freedom, him get, him have go have whole heap of people approach him, producers, promoters. Everybody have go clamour to get him, so him stakes are go up, so.
Yeah.
Of course, him are going to make crazy money. And if he decide to go the concert route, where like what did you them long walk of freedom concert and stuff.
Yeah.
Him are going to get all heap of people, because they say they have them cult like following. Yeah? So, I mean, all him have to do is come focus on his music and it will work for him, no doubt.
Then,
but as I say, open the stay clear everything to bring the negative in way. The system now upon a whole, I feel like scrutiny so high and now nobody now go try to throw up nothing unless he put himself in a certain situation.
I never ask you now, say, if you feel like, say, you might get discriminated against because even though he's free, even though he's free, even though the Privy Council said them squash the thing, you think the people still have a look on him as a murderer and them sitting there?
Yeah, people that still believe what them believe. See, like when him with convicted people, he believes say him innocent, and people believe say him guilty. You always have the people who believe say him do it, but him get off on technicalities. And you have people who still have a belief say him never do it. I just say, you always have a mixture of feelings. People always feel how they feel, but, I just say, him never get discriminated against that much because, I just say, I have a following, and I tell you something, them say, I have a saying of them say, success have many fathers and failures have none.
That's true.
You see, him coming out now, and the prospects of the the success will go coming way.
Mm.
The amount of producers and the amount of promoters and everybody will go approach it.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to try to align themselves to that. Yeah, because you see, you have university professors and all of that already coming out.
Allah.
And of course, what's your name? One of them, Hope, forgot her Hope, she name, Professor Vybez. She already started the airwaves.
And you
Other
see?
people start promoting that, other entertainers start come out and so I would say other spin for us come now and focus on them craft, doing music,
So how has Jamaica changed within the last decade? I mean, he's not coming out to the Jamaica when he left when he got prison, you know.
Sure. But first thing I have to understand, if you are talking about the music landscape, yeah, the space change, but him still have him slot.
No, me not talk about just the music landscape. Me talk about the whole society within the last 10 years. Yeah.
Within the last 10 years, it has changed in a way where people, you have more people in a society now about negative, so I say, it now go cause no real stain upon them in a sense of discrimination, as I say. People don't believe it and believe, and you have people who believe in it.
Oh, Jesus, Father.
Yeah, I reality that.
Him can probably get back all the visa, I don't know. Because he would do field time and come out, come get back.
US visa, I don't know about, but maybe you know go. Well, maybe to them, I could have the discussion.
Big up, I'm out there. Big up.
Even this whole thing with him, this Turkish fiance with him have. I figure more or less say him probably have a plan for probably do his Jamaica bit, which may be part-time plan. Because he have this Turkish fiance, maybe he not go, take with himself to Europe for a while.
I bet.
He would have probably have easier access to Europe than America right now.
Boy, from them give up. Would you feel visa anything possible? But to tell you the truth, the circumstances are a little different, right? You're talking about homicide. When you look at the way that he was freed, Americans would look on it and say, boy, him still have a murder charge on him.
So I'm saying probably stand a better chance to go Europe.
Yeah.
And maybe in fairness from Turkey is
Yeah.
So.
And so if him got Europe, him would do good in the music industry same way,
Maybe, but the bigger market for like him now, the more US, North America thing, that be a more bigger market for him. I don't know why I'm fan base like in Europe or such, but I mean
Europe more love reggae music. Not true.
But in more in the hardcore dancer, but I mean, he would have probably have a following in places like England and them places there, but I would say it's left to see how he must first come and do him thing, because you can't take from him, say, he is a good writer and all of that, so.
Yeah, but just see that I say.
Probably if you want to transition in a more reggae type thing and create a fan base in Europe, maybe it will happen, but you can't rule out nothing where the music is concerned with him, but it's left up to him now for us playing part, do the right thing and stay clear of certain things.
Boy, it's a hard for me in Jamaica musically because the music landscape in Jamaica. No man, listen, wait now the music industry in Jamaica. When you look at the people them now who call themselves dancehall artists who dominate music and the dancers them. Me no have no interest in it, to be honest with you.
No, I don't tell you no, said. Have no interest in it, but check the dynamics where music is concerned. The music have its shift where it make from time to time, With him coming out, if he just focus on him craft and doing things. He not go create a buzz, no doubt. Worst I call with all of them being true and just coming out. All them have to do is do it, and when you have it in him, can do it. All them have to do is focus on the music and put out some music where, to grab the people and not really go back down certain part.
Yeah. Oh God, man. What's that? 13 years. A long time.
Yeah.
So
Only time.
a Ninja Man case will come up next then.
I think Ninja Man case would have been more of a touchy subject, you know.
Yeah.
I said touchy, I mean, remember, I say, Ninja Man thing with go down, Ninja Man case had a solid eye witness when the witness come and quote it with all cause him for remember that say heart start sticking in there for rush him to the hospital.
Lord Jesus.
So I mean Ninja Man case sticky, I mean Cartel case was a case with really strong evidence.
Yes.
But I mean, you know, any number can play the justice system is concerned.
Me I tell you.
Ninja Man, you know, aye.
Look how Cartel case going now. The thing where the juror though, and the outcome that was sought, it came what 14 years later.
And not only that, the question I'm asking, I asked a question in the chat earlier, I was asking nobody answer. I ask it again because I never aware the initial judge that preside over the appeal in a Jamaica before it got Privy Council. Nobody remember who was that judge?
No, we don't remember who was that judge, you know, but to tell you the truth, me gotta find out, you know.
Yeah, that may I try to find out who was the judge that presided over the initial appeal.
Lord have mercy. Yeah. Me say when me hear the people them read out the verdict, you know, me I say to myself, say, then why them never make this decision when the case came to them? Me I wonder if you know me I wonder. Me I wonder if the appeal court was aware that some lawyers or something like that did involve in the jury tampering and them. So and then you know what? Make them carry go on at the Privy Council. We don't want nothing to do with it. Something wrong, cause this can't make sense.
That's why I asked the question. Because I have some other question, but you know, like get the one the answer before me. You know, start to answer that question. I want to know who or which judge preside over the initial.
Me I get the information and come with it tomorrow. Because something wrong with this. Everything with them and them I read out the verdicts with such confidence. And I'm saying, why them never do this before this got Privy Council? This never need for got Privy Council. But it look like say them get scared because when them see lawyers maybe involving. Look here, man. That's something. This.
I gymnastics that go on the case.
You can't say that again.
I say, I go watch it and but more get to find out that who was the judge that presided over the first appeal.
Me I go find out, man.
I have some other questions, but more wait to make me hear that first.
Well, me I go find out. Maybe we can come back with a part 2 tomorrow. But this evening, I'm going to find out, and I will get the answer. I'll find out who was the appeal judge. Yeah, because the appeal court have to come tell me why them never do what they're supposed to do from beginning. Cause them are not fool, you know.
Not true, huh?
Jamaica has some of the most brilliant people on the appeal court.
For real.
Yeah, so all right, well.
I tell somebody today, because some co-workers there, you know, ask a question where them think if you think you might go walk, if you think you might go to reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was it in a balance of 50-50 can go either way, but me almost lean to the fact that they would have let him go one. Yeah? This judge where I preside now, yeah? Marva McIntosh Bishop, member should just get appointed as the president of the Court of Appeal.
You know, I'm a lawyer wife this.
Okay. Should just get appointed as the president of the Court of Appeal. And this is a landmark case. We're going to bring a landmark ruling. She
Mm-mm.
don't want no public uprising for her name right now. So she do what she feel like, you know, put
No,
her foot
man.
out to the public in a
No.
sense where, hmm?
No, me not really agree with that. Because here what?
No, let me say, listen me. Mark, you know, as I say, you know, before the put go on, before, that's why I ask a question, who was the judge that presided over the initial appeal?
Me go
They were
find
going
out.
down the road until me hear that, you know. Before the put go on in the court before, yeah? Before the put go on in the court before, and then it, you know, for the Privy Council. And the Privy Council, I said, boy, the appeal court out there should have did do this, or the judge in the initial case should have did that.
Mm.
No, so they might look on it now. And I said, boy, I already want the full up. Go on in the appeal and what they go on in the initial trial.
Mm-hmm.
Them no want to go back down the road if it public start, you know, look on them. So yeah, that's why I say it could have been either way, you know, them could have granted a retrial, you know, but it would have been more in the favor of them releasing them, which happened.
Them can't grant no retrial. That's the me that go say to you. Say, all them for grant retrial when the witnesses them not available and
We
they
don't know who available. That come out, not the reading out today.
no the prosecute.
So
Yes, yes, she said
yeah,
that.
them read out that today, say them can't find a witness and them not have nobody to come forth with. Them say that?
I played the verdict here where everything was read, and one of the points that was raised is that according to the prosecution, they are unable to provide all of the witnesses them
Okay.
and
Remember
the
somebody step out for a bit. We never hear that part.
yeah man and the
Yeah,
document the paperwork the document them some of them men can't find.
okay. Okay.
Lord have mercy. So it me I say no say Jamaica and safekeeping of records. That is a whole another can of worm again.
True. But we could do the research. More ask a couple more questions, but more know who was the judge of the
Tomorrow we are gonna come back and shed some light on that person. We're gonna find out that who I'm done with that program here. And then tomorrow now I'm going to we can't do it tomorrow. I forgot me now come back till Friday. I have something important to do tomorrow. So Friday, we're gonna find out that who. And then we're gonna look on that person's record on the courts and see what is what.
Okay.
Yeah man. Thank you for calling though.
Yeah, and also come and listen to all of the participants in the chat.
Yes. Have a good evening.
Right.
Yes, people. What an interesting turn of events, eh? 10, not about 10, 13 years, almost 14 years. Then can't find the sitting them in the court for that mercy. Jesus have mercy. Anyway, one thing I'm glad for though. Imhotep, thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Guys, wanna give Imhotep a subscription and log in on him platform. He's a good vlogger. One of the things I am glad for, guys, is that Vybez Kartel with the medical problem, you know. Me glad him never did in a prison, you know, guys. Me glad him never did. Because I read the medical report of his doctor and they were saying, boy, he lost some heart function and you know him have a medical issue man deal with. You understand? And if you see where the Privy Council come say now, and then visit the Court of Appeal, them never do what them supposed to do, and the case got Privy Council. If Cartel is dead in a prison that year, so the system kill him. Oh God. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? No, sir. This is one for the history books, guys. Definitely. But the point that the moderator raised about who was the president of the appeal court when Cartel's case was brought to the court, That's a very interesting one, and I shall find out this evening, no longer than this evening, because we need some clarity on why this case was not handled as it should have before it went to the Privy Council. We need to find out that information. Very vital piece of information. So, guys, make we come back tomorrow. I think you guys have heard enough about this for today. Yeah, but I keep saying tomorrow. I'm not coming on tomorrow. I will see you guys again on Friday, and I may come on this weekend as well. You know, because I didn't come last night. Did I come last night? I don't think so. And I'm not coming tomorrow. So we'll chat more about this, guys. Make sure you give the live a thumbs up before you leave. And if anything else develops, we will see. More than likely, Cartel them I go home tonight or tomorrow morning. I'm talking about officially walking out of the prison. Me see them pull up one limousine when me hear said the limousine come from funeral home. Yes, that is what was reported. The video them I'm gonna play earlier, I'm gonna play them back again for all who never see them. But the limousine when I see pull up out of Jesus, hey, Mr. Jamaica people in the easy, you know. Before the man them get released, you have SWAT vehicle out there, police vehicle out there, limousine from funeral home out there. Me not understand. I can't tell them order limousine from funeral home for come carry them home. That makes sense, guys? Me don't know who send for limousine, but anyway, if you never see it, I'm going to play back, you know, outside of the courtroom, outside of the courthouse today, the appeal court, and you never see, you know, the government, I guess, not the government, sorry, the security ministry or the police commissioner, they deployed police and soldier, you know, for make sure so them keep everything in a order and all of them something. And nothing wrong with that. Them supposed to do that. But boy, very interesting. Anyway, guys, let us come back on Friday. Have yourselves a good evening and be safe.
Step back. The people that are hungry. The people that are hungry.
But